This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
The circus has left the town, hey? 3 big nights of Tay-Tay, and it sort of feels like, wow, all that hype, and now it's done.
Well, the hype still remains in terms of where she's going to go now.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, she goes to Sydney next, but where's she going to go for the next 4 days in between shows?
I feel like it's going to blow people's mind if she pops up. You know, if there's like a photo of her at dinner somewhere around Melbourne. What would happen if you just saw her walking? Because she's sort of at that goddess status
No,
at
she
the
can't.
moment.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think she can go anywhere. I think she's so big, she can't actually just go to
Unless
a
she's got
restaurant
like a
unless they book her out.
disguise.
Okay.
I think celebrities do that. They have disguises.
She'd also be on that
No,
level, though, where they would book out an entire
yeah.
restaurant for the night. There'd be secret entrances
Yeah.
into places.
Do you remember we spoke to Lorde that time, who's given less famous than Taylor Swift, but she told us about her disguise that she wears to music festivals so people don't recognise her.
It
And she
wasn't
can
it just a face mask?
Yeah, maybe it was.
I think
yeah.
it was a baseball cap and a face mask.
Hang on, a face
tricky.
mask?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Like
that was pre...
Like a costume face mask?
No, it was like a COVID mask.
like what you'd wear for COVID.
Oh,
She doesn't
right.
get around in like a ghoulish Halloween mask. Everyone's like, who's this freak?
It's like a clown or
No,
something.
no.
I like
okay,
that I
right.
say face mask and you think clown mask rather than like medical
Yeah.
mask.
During COVID, Belle was walking around with like a giant rat mask on. She's like, yeah, apparently we've got to wear these. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, the most relatable story I've ever seen in the news. A man has gone his whole life without doing a number 2. He's 30. And
Surely you would die, right?
so he hasn't died. Obviously, he's still alive.
Hmm.
He's just gotten his bowels emptied for the first time.
But there'd have to be a little bit coming out, I would have thought.
He has not gone to the toilet ever. He had a condition where he looked 9 months pregnant, and he finally sought help, and they found a lifetime's
Did he not
worth
have a
of
butthole or something?
just clogged up, mate.
Clogged up.
Just clogged up. And I get it. You guys know I struggle to go. So I get it, you know. Thing is, though, they emptied his colon and they found number 2s from when he was born
Oh, God. Oh, God.
that had been clogging up his
Oh.
whole system. Now, you'd think by like maybe age 5, his parents would go, I don't think he's gone to the toilet.
Yeah.
Age 10, alarm bells.
Yes.
15, age 20, no.
Where was this?
This is in China.
This is insane.
The poor man, but now he's fine. He had it emptied out and he said he feels freer than ever.
Oh, yeah, you'd be feeling light. Yeah.
You'd be feeling
yeah, absolutely.
so
You'd be
good.
feeling dainty, for sure.
What is the longest you've gone, Belle?
Me? I, off the top of my head, recently I went 3 days without
even
going.
that's too much for me.
Yeah, to me that like
3
it's not,
days?
That's not like I wasn't worried because I normally if I'm lucky it's like once a day, if I'm lucky. But sometimes every second day.
I'll be going 3 times a day.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, I'd be with you on that one.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Like clockwork. I could actually pinpoint the times.
Yeah.
I could write them out for you if you'd
Oh,
like.
that's actually probably really healthy
Yeah,
that
yeah.
your body just
Yeah, after
goes
work.
on a cycle.
Yeah.
I come from a long line of like all the women in my family. We
A
just
long
don't
line
go.
of
Famous-
constipation.
Totally.
Ah,
Famous
yes,
non-pooers.
yes.
We
My
just-
great gran, she was one of the most famous non-pooers. Yeah.
Oh, I would say my mum. Oh, actually, no, my mum's twin sister. She's
Yeah.
But
Well, I'm sure she doesn't feel comfortable
Yeah, I
with
was about
you
to say, maybe
releasing her
she's- yeah.
personal.
no, but like it's a common topic in my family. Like if we're chatting and we catch up, it's usually it's been a few.
Maybe
days.
this is a generalisation, but I feel like less men have troubles with pooing.
Yeah, I think it is. I think it might be a gender thing.
Do you think it's a like a society issue?
What, you think I'm embarrassed to go to the toilet?
Well, you don't think it is?
Mate, if I could go to the toilet and just like, it just goes.
Right.
I would
See,
come
maybe
in
it is.
here
It's that pressure
dancing.
thing. You're thinking oh no, I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
It's only like when you're really gonna
Yeah.
go. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nah. If I did, I would come in here being like, guys, that was
Yeah.
the best one ever.
Should we go? How long did you go without going? I mean,
But like
I
sa-
find
like
3 days,
safely.
and I have never 3 days. No way.
That's like
I'd go
going
to
to
the
the emergency
hospital.
room,
Yeah,
yeah.
But
absolutely.
like, how do you have that much? Anyway, I
Oh,
don't
I just eat like a normal person. And, I don't know.
13, 24, 10. How long did you go without going? If you can beat Belle's 3 days, we would love to hear from you. Our favourite caller or the winner will walk away with a $100 Jim's cleaning voucher.
And some prune juice. Abby in Sunbury, how long's it been between drinks?
I went 5 days after a trip to Bali.
Oh, God. Because normally it's quite the opposite when you go to Bali.
Yeah.
You're
Is that
going too
because,
much.
Did you get Bali belly and everything emptied out and then you had nothing?
I found out that travel constipation from Bali is also something you can get.
From, like, what causes that? Is it the stress of travelling or?
I don't actually know.
Yeah.
I went to the doctor at day 3 and she told me to take some laxatives, but
Yeah.
it still took
2 days after
another
that.
few days after that.
God.
Wow.
You just went too hard on the Nazi Goring. Just blocked it right up. And you'd sort of be telling, like, your loved ones to clear the area at 5 days, wouldn't you? Just like, please,
Abby-
leave me alone. Get out of the house.
Would you say you're normally pretty regular, or is that normal for you?
Ever since having my son, I would say I do suffer a bit more of the every few days.
Yeah.
But before that, I was.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 is just wow. Josh, g'day. This is your friend. How long did they go without going?
Oh, mate, we went away for, I think, a week and a half camping. And he went the whole week and a half without going to the toilet.
No!
Hang on, because he didn't want to go in the bush? Was it a mental
That's
thing?
correct. So he won't go in the bush. He won't go to like a Macca's toilet. He won't go to a drop toilet. It's any time if he doesn't have his toilet at home, he won't go to the toilet.
That is incredible.
wild.
It just brought up a memory. In year 9, we went on a camp and we had a big talk at the start, and the teacher said, if you don't go to the toilet over the next 4 days because you don't want to use the drop toilet, you will get in severe trouble. And then continued to tell us about fecal vomit and how it can come back up the other way, and tried to scare us all because he said, I've seen so many girls not go to the toilet over this
Maybe
week.
that's where your fear came from, Bill. Maybe we were uncovering something here. Millie joins us now. Good morning, Millie. How long did you go without going?
About a month.
No, you didn't.
So,
What?
yeah, I can only go to the toilet if it's my own toilet at home. So when I went overseas to Greece, I did not go because you can't put the toilet paper in the toilet. You got to throw it out in the bin.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
the toilets will get clogged up.
Yeah, I hate
I
that.
Millie,
refuse to
Millie.
go.
You went a month. You went a whole month without going to the toilet.
Yeah, I could not do it. I couldn't.
How?
How did you feel? What was going on inside of you?
I was fighting a lot.
You're fighting a lot.
Dude, imagine that, because you've loaded up with a month worth of tzatziki and just like souvlaki lamb,
Did
and
you
you're not
eat?
letting it go.
You can't be on day 26 and then claim to be farting a lot. That's risky business, Millie.
Yeah, I would hate to be sitting next to you on the flight home. Oh my God.
Millie.
That's bad.
Oh,
I mean, surely we're not getting more than that.
I never thought we'd get to a month.
No way. Michelle and Footscray, how long did you go without going?
Morning, guys. It was 5 weeks.
5 weeks?
No.
5
Why?
weeks. I had recent gastric bypass surgery, so not eating very much food. So obviously no food going in, not much coming out.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. Like enemas, the works, nothing was actually working.
So I mean, surely you're just in the hospital. But like getting close to the month point, you need like medical attention, right?
No, not quite, but it was probably a week off getting to that point.
Yeah.
So it was like I've given birth 3 times, and I can tell you that was a breeze compared to being not shitting basically. For 5 weeks.
Gee whiz. I mean, can you just tell us though? 5 weeks out, what was the relief like? Did you feel like you'd reached spiritual nirvana after?
Pretty much. I reckon the people from the other side of town would have heard my relief.
Yeah.
But it got to the point like you could actually, and this is pretty disgusting. You could actually,
Sorry, yeah,
like,
continue.
I could almost taste poo coming up my throat because
Fecal
of the
vomit.
we did-
No, Michelle.
No,
this is the
Michelle.
thing, it comes up the other way.
So we did so
No.
well. I think we were keeping it pretty above board for the whole
It can
morning.
come up. Yes.
No.
Michelle, you were probably 2 days away from. Yeah, wow. That's
It's like something
Yeah.
from South Park.
Oh, Michelle, thanks for sharing.
It's 610. Hallelujah, it's 610.
Kristen, good morning. How was your weekend?
Good morning. My weekend was great. Thanks, guys. How was yours?
Yeah, not too bad at all. Obviously, Taylor Swift took over and she told the crowd that she loves Melbourne so much that she wants to stay here.
I don't blame her.
Yeah, I do feel like she probably said that in Japan earlier in the week and probably will say the same thing in Sydney this weekend. But which of these is a suburb in Melbourne? Taylor's Creek, Taylor's Park, Taylor's Lakes, or Taylor's Gully?
Taylor's Lake.
You've done it. Donald Trump, he's released his own gold sneakers, which are sold out already, the Trumps. Which brand makes the Superstar sneaker?
That's a hard question.
I had them at school, and I think they're referred to as shell toes sometimes.
Yeah. No,
That's a hard question.
It's not a hard
That
question.
is a hard question.
Sorry.
It's like the main...
That's really unfair. You guys said this was going to be easy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
look.
with you, Kristen. I
The
apologise.
Superstar. They're like
They're very famous.
so iconic.
Nope.
Look, it's like...
It's
just
not,
think
like,
of
it's,
the...
not like, it's not like the Dunlop or the Converse.
Not like
no,
Nike.
no. So there's
Literally,
a famous brand.
none of the producers out there, there's four of them, know
serious?
what you're talking about.
Fine. Okay, let's change the question. Which brand makes
Yeah,
the
I agree.
Air
Change the
sneakers?
question.
Yeah, who makes Air sneakers?
Air.
Yeah.
Nike.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
I thought
And
we
so
found your
Adidas
weakness.
makes Superstar, the black and white striped ones.
Yeah, it's dumb question.
Oh,
It's kind of like the opposite
I
of the
don't
Nike
even
Air.
really know Adidas made shoes.
You didn't know Adidas made
Okay,
shoes.
Kristen,
Okay.
there's your
Wow.
problem.
Kristen, you're going the right way for us to move to a different caller here, but I liked your vibe at the start, so
I could defend you only so far.
yeah. Adidas, never heard of it.
I've always been taught to be honest. So.
Yeah.
Everyone's wearing Adidas shoes in the room right now. Look, and a question writer is facing a ban for the Olympics for wearing a mankini at the event. Which movie made the mankini famous?
Oh, the Borat movie.
High five. I like you. The oldest platypus in Australia has been found 24 years old. What coin is the platypus on?
Whoa. It's a 5-cent coin.
No, sorry, Kristen. We got to move on. Michaela joins us now in Melton. Do you know what the platypus is on?
Morning, is it the 20-cent coin?
It is a 20-cent piece. Taylor Swift has now left Melbourne, and now Pink is the next big star. She performs this weekend, and we have tickets all week. Can you finish these lyrics? You did it. You did it. You did the bit.
Hey, you did it very well as
You
well.
did it. Yeah, that was great. Hey, we'll clean your house. How does that sound?
Sure.
Well,
No
we'll
worries.
give you a voucher to get
Yep.
it cleaned by
Yeah.
Jim's Cleaning.
Jim will clean it.
But we will not be there.
Yeah. We'll be at
The
home.
prize for the 610 quiz every day was, all right, we'll come clean.
That's real community radio type stuff.
You also get to pick the next song we play. So these guys were also here on the weekend, got drowned out a little bit because they were supporting Matchbox 20. Would you like to hear some Goo Goo Dolls?
Or Michaela, would you like to hear some of, personally, who I think is the better Simpson, Ashley Simpson?
Good old, please.
I can already see Ashley Simpson's head on the chopping block by Friday.
You
No,
think?
No, I don't-
banger.
I don't know if anyone's thinking.
I think that's a good song.
Thank you, Ben.
I know I'm going against the grain there, but I think that'll get chosen.
It's a good song.
Happy to be proven wrong, though, on Friday.
Could you whisper in my ear the things you want to feel? I'll give you anything.
And Liam and Belle, I took Freddie to the GP yesterday because over the weekend we gave him some toast with peanut butter on it, and he got like a little rash around his mouth.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, and you got to find out somehow
Yeah.
if there's a little allergy there going on.
And so we weren't too sure, like, obviously there's like anaphylactic, which
Yeah.
is when they just can't breathe, but then they can also just be like intolerant of things. But also, this is what the GP told us, also because babies have really sensitive skin, it might just be like a topical reaction because they got sensitive skin. So the peanut butter, because you had it on toast, gets all around their mouth, and that aggravates the skin. So it's not necessarily allergic to it, just has a reaction.
Surely,
to it.
you, like, if you're giving a kid peanut butter for the first time, you sort of, do you know it's a dice roll?
Oh, absolutely. So there's when you, so I've got a newborn son, well, not newborn anymore, but he's 6 months old now, starting to eat solids. And my wife, Sam, on the fridge has got this big long list of all the different allergens, and then you have to give them each one 3 times, and you tick it off each time. And then when you get through all 3, you know they're all good. And so working our way through, we haven't done shellfish yet.
Yeah.
We haven't done soy, and we haven't done, now we've done nuts, but that was when he had the first kind of little reaction on his face.
Yeah.
And there's tree nuts, different to regular nuts.
Right.
Oh, like pine nuts and stuff.
Yeah, like pistachios and things.
Oh, yeah, right.
That's a tree nut.
Okay.
So anyway,
he's not old enough to be eating pistachios, is he?
Well, no, you'd mince it up and put it in.
He's not like cracking the shells himself and like, geez, I love these things. Like,
Same with the shellfish.
Yeah, right.
He's not shucking oysters.
Yeah, like, you're not doing it right. Jesus, you're barely getting any meat out of that kid.
So he had this little rash on his face from the peanut butter. We took him to the doctor just to be safe. And the GP said, look, probably all good, but just to be safe, maybe do the allergy prick test with the immunologist. And so I thought, yep, great. They gave us the referral. On the way out, they said, just book it sooner rather than later because they tend to book out pretty far in advance. I was like, okay, no worries.
Could be a real prick of a test to get. Yeah.
Yeah. Very good. And so there was a place she recommended. We called them and they said, when did you want to book in for? And I said, sooner the better. And they said, we can get you in on the 23rd. I said, great. What is it? It's the 19th today.
Yeah.
And they said, no, the 23rd of November.
For a prick test?
What?
Of November?
November?
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Who's booking that fight? How do you know what you're doing on the 23rd of November?
It's what, especially for something like an allergy test, because then now we can't give him that thing until he gets the allergy test, because then we don't know if he's allergic to it or not. Anyway, so I was like, well, that's too far away. 23rd of November, that's too far. And so I started calling around, and I called this other place, and they said, we can get you in March. And I said, great. And they said, 2025.
No.
He's booking a wedding. This is insane.
March 2025 for a prick test.
Is it like a clinic that only does that?
That was the children's hospital, that one.
Yeah,
that's a hospital for children. They should be doing these things all the time.
That's fair. They got other things on. This is
they,
low priority for them.
Well, to be fair, I called. So the first one I called was a place that does it. That was in November, and then the hospital they do the allergy tests, but they said they lodge them in terms of severity. So like if you have a kid that's actually anaphylactic, they will get them in and they'll do it quicker.
Sense.
But because he's not anaphylactic, they're like, we'll get you in 3 years.
There needs to be more prickers around.
Yes.
You know, if you're in year 12 this year and you're kind of like, what do I do? Like, I don't know. I imagine that's high.
Did you get
paying.
a prick test?
Yeah, I got a prick test.
You got a prick test,
I sent you the photo of it. Yeah.
So I was like, what's going on?
Yeah,
you got one as an adult.
Yeah. Because it was when I found out I was allergic to cats. When I went to Ben's house, and I was like, Jesus, something is wrong with me.
So they prick your arm and they put numbers on your arm.
Yeah, they write numbers, so it's like 1 to 20.
Yeah.
And then they have a little allergen in the 20 things. And my arm went like a balloon. And they're like, basically just stay away from everything. Like pollen, cats, nuts. You just... Yeah, be a bubble boy. I think that's your best bet. Ben and Belle, I'm trying to do a little song every single morning for this entire year. 365 days. I've done 26 so far. Well, this morning's my 26th, so only 339 to go after this. So we're really making a lot of headway.
And Liam, a lot of people saying you couldn't do it. A lot of people saying it's impossible.
Yeah.
He'll never finish. Belle would complain every single day.
Yeah.
But I think, you're proving the haters wrong.
Well, I'm unwavering. Like,
Yep.
if you had money against me, you'd start to get nervous around this point, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I just go quality over quantity, There's just no quality to them. Sure, you've
Well,
done 26.
To
what's
me,
in there? What's the substance?
Liam's proven you can have both.
Thank you, Ben. Thank you. And I think I've proven that again.
Now I've pumped out 26. This segment's how I get my kicks. I hadn't written one today. I had my back up against the wall. Little song on Monday. Little song on Monday. Belle eats roast on Sunday. A lamb roast on Sunday. All right, that's it.
You announced that you were done. All right, that's it.
The worst one.
What do you mean, announced that I was done?
All right, that's it.
Yeah, I said, no, that's it, as in the end of the song. Yeah, not the end of the segment.
No, I know. You normally it just kind of has the explosion, but you...
Who was the song?
Yeah, okay. Well,
What
if
was
you
that?
don't know, that's
Who was
U2,
it?
Sunday Bloody Sunday. It's probably one of the most famous songs of all time.
Ah. Sounds like someone had an early minute on Friday and didn't write a song.
Well,
and then came in on
I
Monday.
said my backup was against the wall this
Yeah,
morning.
yes,
I literally said that.
yeah.
I referenced that in the song. So that was all very clear. I put my cards on the table on that one. But are you guys starting to get off it or something?
Sounds like Ben might be getting a bit off.
I just don't love that I talked it up so much before
You
that
know,
one.
That one was a low point.
Okay, Belle, here's the deal. You're going to do one tomorrow.
Whoa.
No, we know.
No.
I can't do
So,
that
Belle, you're
because-
going to do one.
Whoa.
And then when it's inevitably not great, I'll do 2 on Wednesday. How does that sound?
Whoa.
I'm going to
The
take
bosses are going to love
I'm going to take
this.
the afternoon off.
Yeah.
If you're so against it,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see what a Belle's little song is like.
Do it, Bill.
But, like, can I just protest and not do it for the people?
Mm-mm.
You can do a little song about not doing a little
That's
song.
true.
But
yes.
Why would
Within
I
the
do
song,
that?
you could
Why
say.
would I put everyone through that? Why don't I just go, my little song is, the gift to you is I'm not doing one.
I would be You know, I'm going to have one written up my sleeve just in case that happens. Just in case. But I'm going to challenge you to do one tomorrow.
Iconic weekend. One for the history books. Bob Irwin is single.
He's back on the market.
He's back.
Bit young for you, Belle.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. He's like 30 years younger than my average, but still hot.
For context, Bell's average is like 60s.
Okay, it's like 40s.
So the fact that he's in his early 20s, that's the age gap there.
Oh yeah, he's early 20s. Yes, way too young for me because
you
I'm
think-
also 20s, so too young. But
You're not 20?
I'm in my 20s.
Yeah.
Rude. I'm 29 still.
They're getting very
Don't.
close to 30. I
But
mean,
he's so attractive. Oh my gosh, and his videos so cute.
You would, I mean, I suppose you would know because, you know, sometimes you might, like, go on a date with someone or something and then you're like, oh, you know, they've got cats and you're not really into cats or you don't like dogs or whatever. Like, you know you're getting every type of animal. Like, if you're creeped out by snakes, you're coming home. He's a snake guy. He's an everything guy. He's a croc guy. He's a
That's
cockatoo
why
guy.
he's so fantastic. He doesn't discriminate.
Do you think, in all seriousness, and I know that their family, like, national icons, do you think their house would smell a bit because of all the,
I think
like,
they'd-
snakes
yeah.
and stuff?
No,
Yeah,
because
it'd
they-
be hard to keep clean.
Nah.
for sure.
It'd be a
yeah.
bit musty, wouldn't
They're
it?
so
Yeah.
rich.
You might be an Irwin, but your house is a bit musty.
Yeah,
They would
it's
have
a- yeah.
cleaners. They would have
Yeah, but it
cleaners.
doesn't matter how much you mop your floors.
Yeah.
If you've got 7 snake tanks in your house,
Yeah.
it's still going to smell a
And
bit
if you're
musty.
walking around the yard and you're coming back in and treading around ostrich poo around the house, like
Yeah.
it's going to be like, oh, where's that coming from? Like it'd be so hard to clean. A history-making weekend. I mean, 288,000 Swifties attended those 3 gigs of Taylor Swift at the MCG on the weekend. There would have been way more just out the front of the venue, listening in. And during the Red era, Taylor sort of comes out. She obviously moves through all the different eras. She's got the hat on. Ben and I actually, we dressed up as that era ourselves, one of our favourite eras.
Yep.
And during 22... You may have seen this on the news or in the papers. Taylor, she leans down to a young fan, gives her the fedora. Very, very cool. A life-changing moment. Milana is the young girl's name. She actually joins us with her mum, Renata, on the phone right now. Good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning.
Oh, Milana, have you come down from Cloud 9 yet?
Yes,
Yeah. How old are you, Milana?
I'm 9 years old.
9 years old.
Now, Milana, is it in your hands right now? Where is the fedora?
It actually is at my house because we're going to go put it in a box
Mm-hmm.
because everyone kept seeing and I don't want like the signature to rub off.
Smart.
Oh,
Smart.
so she signed it as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And so you're obviously going to put it in a glass box so that you can see it. Are you going to ask Mum and Dad to splash out a bit more and get the bulletproof glass so it's extra thick so no one can ever get close to it?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Milana, be honest. Have you worn it a few times?
Yes. But
Yeah.
I've only
wow.
been like wearing it like in my house, not
Yeah.
in like public. because-
Yeah.
No, that's fair. Oh, yeah, no, don't risk it. Was there any blonde strands of hair still in it?
Maybe one when I put it on, but I don't think so anymore.
Maybe a bit of Taylor is in your hair right now.
That's pretty... Don't ever wash your hair again, Milana, just in case.
Milana, did you smell it? Did you smell the hat? Did it smell like Taylor?
Well, when I hugged it, I definitely smelled it, but maybe not the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she smelled like perfume, not like sweat.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So she smelled nice. Yeah.
I would have thought
yeah.
she'd be pretty stinking after.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, I think she'd done probably 24 songs or something like
Yeah.
that. Now, Renata, your mum is there too. Now, Renata, we understand that you sort of went the long way around for these tickets. Like it was a bit of a tricky journey.
It was a process. We tried to get tickets last year. Fortunately, didn't get them through Ticketmaster, and then tried my luck on Facebook. Thought I had purchased 3 legit tickets, which weren't, and I got scammed. So I said to my girls, if the only way we're going to get to see Taylor is if we win tickets, or if we just go to the MCG and listen to her outside the ground.
Yeah.
But then when we found out that they released more tickets last Tuesday morning, I said to my husband, well, I'm going to try my luck last time. If I don't get them, that's it. So basically within 15 minutes, we got through and were able to snap out 3 tickets. But we weren't sure of the seating because we had a lot of restricted viewing in front of us.
Of course.
So basically, we had the last row on the lower level, so my girls couldn't see Taylor, so they were on the chairs pretty much all night singing and dancing. And then when she got approached, I think they were the MCG security or someone from Frontiering Touring had approached us. We were shocked. I didn't know what was going on, to be honest. I thought they said to us that your daughter needs to come with us, and I thought she was in trouble. I thought she was in trouble because she was dancing on the chair.
She's singing too loud, okay?
Yeah, she was really into it, and I said, look, is everything okay? And one of the ladies said, listen, she goes, trust me, come with us. She's not going to want to miss this opportunity.
No way.
So then I said, okay, but I'm coming with her, and my daughter's coming with her too. She said, no, that's okay. So we basically got ushered right to the front of the stage through the VIP or through the security. And when she told me that she was going to meet Taylor, we were just speechless. We just couldn't believe it. It was just a surreal moment. Even afterwards, Milana got back to her chair and she was just crying for half an hour. She was in shock.
Oh, that is insane. So I mean, to be picked out of like 96,000 odd people, especially when you had been scammed, you missed out on tickets, and it's so funny how life, all the swings and roundabouts. I mean, obviously, the Swifties, they're loving people. They're out there giving bracelets and that sort of stuff. But when the whole stadium has seen Taylor Swift give a signed fedora to your daughter, do security look after you for the rest of the night? Because what's stopping someone from? Yeah. I mean, you would hope no one would do that, but were you sort of looked after her?
No. So we got taken back to our chairs, which was fine, but Milana was quite paranoid. She on the night she had dressed up as Lover, so she had like a little pink cowboy hat.
Yeah.
She's like, Mum, I don't know what to do with this other hat. So what I did, I just popped the hat that Taylor gave her in her pink hat. Smart. And I kind of hugged it because there was so many people. Even at the end of the night, it took us ages to get out of there.
Yeah, of course.
I was scared because people were approaching her, just walking back to the car. They were, approaching her, giving her bracelets and saying how amazing she was. And yeah, it was a bit surreal. And
You're like, back off, everyone.
I know. I was scared. She's like, Mum, someone might come and grab it. So I thought, okay, let me protect it for you. But we're very appreciative. And as I said to Milana, good things do happen to good people. And
that's so sweet.
Amazing. So
incredible.
Very, very grateful.
So Milana, has this inspired you now? Are you going to be up there at the MCG performing one day, do you think? Are you going to be a bit of a singer?
Hopefully.
Wow.
Very, very cute. They say don't meet your heroes because they might not live up to what you think they are. But it turns out Taylor Swift is an amazing role model. That's a great story to share. Milana and Renata, you have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
See you guys. You guys got your trumps yet?
Oh, no, they're all sold out.
They are all sold out.
Couldn't get them in time. But yeah, he's dropped some sneakers. Actually, they look terrible, but they also, you can see how they would look good on some people. I don't think I could pull them off. They're like gold high tops, and where you would normally have like the Nike swoosh or the Adidas sign, it's like just a T for Trump.
That's incredible. And so they're going for like $400 new, but then now apparently they've already been sold out.
A lot of people like these shoes, Belle. A lot of people. So you can hit the gritty in them. They look very cool. All the kids like them.
What do you think the shoes would be like if Elbow released some?
The elbows. That would be like at Big W, like how they had the Andrew Gay sneaker. It'd be like, oh, what's that kid wearing? He's wearing the elbows.
We should call Albo to pitch the new business venture.
Yeah, look, I know you got a bid on. You're just getting engaged in that. What about the Albanese's?
Taylor Swift, 3 sold-out shows at the MCG. 288,000 people went to those shows over the weekend. Absolutely wild. We were very, very lucky. We got to go on Saturday night in the Nova corporate box. I'll tell you one thing that I could have done without, though, was Belle bailing people up in the corner of the corporate box, telling them about a private jet's CO2 emissions.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Belle, that was a real mood killer.
It's fact.
I was just trying to eat my arancini balls and enjoy the show. And, how much emissions she's been putting in the... Oh, God.
Well, it's true. Did you know?
Okay, no, don't.
so
This is not a
boring.
platform for you to
Just
launch
for
into
her
it.
to go to the Super Bowl, it was 90 tons of emissions.
I don't know
to
what that
just
means.
Go see.
I don't know what that
Okay.
is.
It's
Who
a
knows?
lot. It's a lot. In 3 months of her going to see Travis, just for her going to visit him, she did 138 tons, which is 9 times the amount of the average Aussie would put out in a whole year.
No price is too high for love.
I've always said
That's
that.
insane.
And
I'm just
think
saying.
about how many big fat billionaires are flying in and out of the Super Bowl. No one,
Oh,
no
totally.
one cares.
Just
Yeah, it's-
882 private jets flew into the Super Bowl.
Exactly. So why are we picking on Taylor? Who
I'm
cares?
not picking on her, but she's one of the highest emitters.
Well, yeah, because she's got to do a show in Japan on the weekend, go to the Super Bowl, and then come do 3 shows for us. And she's spreading happiness. What's she supposed to do? Tall ship over here? What is she like? Oh, I'll use the power of wind to get here. I'll be doing Sydney in the next 6 months.
No, it's just more that everyone was like, yeah, get your private jet to go see
Well,
Travis.
yeah, but you know what I mean? Like,
who was the lady that sailed across the... Who was the
Greta?
young... No,
Oh,
not
no.
Greta. You know what I'm talking about.
yes,
Jess.
Jess. Yeah.
Get me
Yeah.
Jess!
It's too long. It's not.
No,
look,
but like I was just saying, like, yes, in general, private jets are obviously horrendous. You know, like if you
and we're trying to enjoy the Red album.
getting a private jet is 14 times. You're emitting 14 times more than like the average person when
Should
you
she just be doing Jetstar then? Should she just jump on with the rest of us?
Yeah, but then I was, it's a whole thing because I was thinking about like, people are gonna hate me for saying this, but like those friendship bracelets and the glow in the dark, those ones that people were wearing, like, all
God,
that
just-
plastic is insane, and that's all I can think about watching the
Yeah,
show.
well,
I
just like
couldn't-
just look at how many people were having fun and enjoying
Oh,
themselves.
totally.
and
But like
that's
those
what life's
light
all
up
about.
bracelets, the light up bracelets probably
Exactly.
could have done without them.
No, it was a part of it was a part of the show. It was a part of the whole show. Honestly,
They're a
look,
part of the planet now for thousands of years,
Well,
so
guess
think about
what?
that.
It's the world's going to dogs, so we may as well enjoy the
Just embrace
well,
it.
enjoy the show. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy the moments in life where you can all be together and
I got to work this morning at 4 a.m. My car's still running.
yeah,
Because I like to be 22 degrees when I get in there.
yeah, that's a smart way of doing it. Yeah,
Up, Ben. Don't.
We'd love to know, 13, 24, 10, did you meet your hero? How did it go? Did it go well? Did it go bad? I asked the question because earlier in the show this morning, Milana was joining us. She was 9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
She was 9 years old, and she was the lucky recipient of the fedora during 22 Taylor Swift's show Friday night. She got given the fedora, chosen out of 95,000 people. We asked her on the show this morning, did she smell Taylor Swift? Did you smell the hat? Did it smell like Taylor?
Well, when I hugged it, I definitely smelled it. But it's not like perfume, not like sweat.
But she said, by all accounts, very lovely to me. And that's always nice to hear when someone meets their heroes.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you guys know this. You were there at the time, but my hero ripped my heart out in front of me and stomped on it on
Mark
national
Schwarzer?
national television. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Mark Schwarzer. If you're a football fan, you know him as he was like one of the rare Australians who played in the English Premier League. Also made some massive penalty saves to get us in the World Cup back in 2006.
He's
like
a Socceroo, right?
He's a Socceroo. Yeah, a bit of an Aussie icon. And we had him on the show once, and I told him that he was my hero, and I wanted to be a goalkeeper like him. And then he said I was too short, which is weird because I'm like 6'3". And so was Ben. And then what happened is I was watching the World Cup when the Socceroos were playing in Russia in 2018. I was watching the live coverage, and a little clip from our show was played like on the TV, and they're like, what were you thinking? And then he doubled down and called me a stalker.
Because he called you a stalker
Yeah.
because when you were chatting with him...
I had all this
you had-
memorabilia.
You had these... Well, you say memorabilia. You had photos of his car.
Well, yeah, because... Yeah, I know that sounds weird, but
What
no.
do you mean?
Well, I went over to the
He
UK.
was just a big fan.
I was a big fan.
He
Now, when I
took
was
a
like
photo of his
15,
car.
I trialled at Fulham. I was a goalkeeper, and I was trying to
In England? What
In
do you mean?
England, yes,
What?
and he played for Fulham at the time.
And Liam
Hang
saw
on,
his car.
hang on. Sorry, back up for a sec. Are you telling me that you trialled for it to play soccer in England?
Yeah, it didn't get through.
Well, yeah, no. See, what?
It's pretty impressive that you got that far.
That's incredible. I did not know that about you.
But well, there you go. You learned something new.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had like all the players there, and they have their names on the wall, and it was like Mark Schwartz. And I was like, oh my god, that's like my hero right there. And but yeah, I showed him like all these photos that we'd
So
had.
wait, you showed him the photo of his own car.
Well, no, it was just sort of in there. It was just sort of in there. So like there was photos of me training with him at Fulham, and then I mean I've got a little bit of it here, the moment that it happened on TV.
I'm just looking at your height, and that seems to be a bit of an issue.
You can actually pinpoint the exact moment where his spirit broke. What are you thinking? You killed him.
Well, you know what? I was just being honest. And I actually thought I let him off quite lightly. And the other thing is, he was quite stalkerish. He had a lot of memorabilia of me.
I remember I was like literally just I was like up early to watch Socceroos, and I was like, my jaw hit the ground. I was like, oh my God, what is happening?
That's so sad.
Shannon in Mordialloc, good morning. Did you meet your hero?
Yes, I did, and I think I freaked him out.
Oh, who was it?
Colin Lane from Leno and Woodley.
Oh, Leno.
Yeah.
So did you see him in the Ready Steady Cook years or in the Leno and Woodley years?
No, when he was back on Spicks and Specs, I actually sung with him as my choir was a guest group on the show.
Oh, cool, cool.
So I went up to him and I was kind of shaking beforehand. I was doing I was a waitress and he'd finished his dinner. I'll let you know that. He wasn't eating at the time. But I went up to the group and I was like, oh my God, I admire you so much. I look up to you. And he's like, oh, thanks. And I didn't collapse. I leant on the table and I was shaking and I couldn't speak. And he just kept kind of putting his thumbs up and then the whole group just left. So I think I freaked him out. I started crying because I was like, oh my God, I'm scared Leno.
You're scared Colin Lane. I love Lane and Woodley. We all do here. I mean, it's an iconic show. But I didn't know if you'd be shaking if you met. I mean, he sort of lives here.
Hey, people idolise.
Yeah, I suppose so.
People for different reasons.
Shannon, that is a great story. Thank you very much. We'll give you a $100 voucher to Jim's Cleaning.
Thanks so much.
No worries. 13 24 10 is our number. If you got a story about when you met your hero, we'd love to hear it. Good or bad.
Yeah, maybe it went really well. Maybe they talked about you on the TV.
Doesn't matter how big or how small. Might be a Socceroo. It might be Colin Lane. 13 24 10.
Linda in Donvale. You met your hero.
Hi, yes. Her name's Evangeline Victoria. She's a violinist and does all the wedding scenes every weekend in Melbourne. And I met her at a wedding and I went up to her and said, oh my God, I think you're amazing. You're gorgeous. The clothes that you wear, all your songs. She looked at me like, oh my God. Very stalkerish.
Yeah.
Linda.
Yeah, I mean, it's surely she wouldn't get that often. I wouldn't say, you know what I mean?
Very niche.
Yeah.
No, I know, but I'm a woman in my 50s. She's in her 20s, and I'm like, oh my God, drooling over this young woman.
Yeah. Well, that's sweet that you're a fan. Yeah. I mean, I personally haven't heard, but I wouldn't be able to name a violinist, I must admit.
Yep.
I love that, Linda. That's beautiful.
But that's sweet. You know, everyone has heroes in different shapes and sizes. Erin in Pakenham, who's your hero that you met?
Good morning. I met Guy Sebastian.
Guy Seabass, one of the great men.
What happened?
So I paid for meet and greet tickets, and of course they're quite expensive. I was very excited about it. We were in line getting ready to meet him, and these two people in front of us were like, oh, I'm going to grab his butt. And I'm like, please don't. Please don't.
Don't do that.
But they did. So, of course, this poor guy, he didn't speak to anyone afterwards. He was completely shut down, and, of course, I got my photo, and I'm just like, that was really disappointing.
Yeah, that's so cringy.
That's awful.
That's real.
Not only did they ruin it for everyone, but that is so rude. That is.
It's out of sexual assault, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And there is a tier there is the butt grabbing tier, but that's a very expensive ticket, and I assume they didn't pay them. That's,
Belle,
that's just obviously an inappropriate joke.
Belle, you got to meet your hero. You went to go see Young Gravy.
Never take a L no more.
Because you paid for a meet and greet, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Well, okay.
So
well, in all honesty, they were sold out. The only tickets left.
I swear Young Gravy was just doing interviews, and then didn't we say we didn't want Young Gravy? And then
Belle freaked out. She's like, no, what?
Yeah, and then they went, oh, well, now he's chock-a-block and we can't do him. And yes, I would still hold that grudge against you. So I had to pay my $300 to go have a meet and greet.
Were you still happy? I think Gravy's fallen off the face of the earth in the last 365 days.
Okay, he's just not on tour or released an album at the moment. Everybody has their lull.
Cherie joins us now in Carrington. Good morning, Cherie. Did you meet your hero?
I did.
I've met the Backstreet Boys.
All of them at the same time?
I've only met Kevin, Nick, AJ, and Howie.
How many is there?
haven't met
I thought there was 4.
I'm running it. You mentioned most of the names I would have known. Who's the last one?
No, I went to an after party, not the concert they had last year, but a few years back. I went to the after party, and that's where I got to meet them. So,
Wow. So was that like a picked out of the crowd type situation?
not really. Like, I went to the after party, and they were doing like a DJ set, and Kevin took my phone and like recorded himself with Nick like DJing and all that. So that was pretty cool.
So there's AJ, Howie, Nick, Kevin, and Brian.
Brian's the one you did. Brian sounds like the kind of one who would do the show and then he would go home. You know what I mean? They're like, "Hey, Brian, you want to come to the club after and party?" No, that's more of a AJ and Nick kind of thing. I've been over this for 20 years, to be honest. I'm literally just, I've got a mortgage, so I have to come out on tour with you guys.
Shakira, whenever, wherever on Nova, you are here with Ben, Liam, and Belle. You all good, Belle? Oh, Liam, you upset, Belle.
I'm laughing.
Shouldn't have yelled at her during that song.
She's got a lift. She has to lift.
Liam has a certain standard. Liam has a certain standard, and sometimes it can push Belle too far.
I think people actually think that I've screamed at her now. No, we had this challenge going on in the studio before. We were throwing a ball into the door, and I thought the game was you try and catch it with 2 fingers. So I caught it with my. Yeah, it is way too hard to explain. That's why it's interesting that Ben brought it up. But
mate, how was I going to not bring it up? She's crying.
Yeah, it's true. So Ben and producer Andy were trying to do it. They couldn't get it, and I thought I did it because I did it with my index finger and the thumb. I didn't understand the rules.
Yeah, it was pointer finger and pinky.
Yeah, so basically like imagine throwing a bouncy ball into a wall and catching it with rock horns, which is like basically impossible. But the songs and the ads, they go for a while. We do need to keep ourselves entertained here in the morning.
And
so
Liam goes, "Oh wait, move aside, I'll do it," and then just caught it with his thumb and finger. And
I still think that's hard to do.
Like he'd cured cancer.
No, because Liam said, "Yeah, I got it with my pincers." That's not hard to catch it with.
All right.
Anyway, again, it's a real be there moment. And
Yeah. But for me, but I like it's an insight into. People do say if they meet you in person, people do say, "What do you do during the songs?"
Ben's eating fruitcake, and I'm trying to catch a ball with the rock horns. So that's what's happening here. And Belle's crying for some reason.
Belle's crying. Figure that out.
Talking about these new hot sneakers, the Trump sneakers.
The Trumps.
Yeah, we're talking about them. Yeah, not pumps, Trumps. We're talking about them a little bit earlier on. But yeah, there's some audio that's come out of when Donald Trump announced the sneakers at SneakerCon, which I'm assuming is a convention for sneakers. And there was some mixed reviews when he came out on stage.
Wow, a lot of emotion. There's a lot of emotion in this room. Thank you.
He's so internally bulletproof. Like he's in a room with people booing him.
You can't hurt him.
A lot of emotion.
And then literally he's like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." It's almost like he's using the booing as fuel. Like it's I would love to have his self-confidence. Like you would just be skipping around every day thinking, "Geez, how cool is life?" I love that. I love that. Yeah. It's the fake tan. His skin is so thick from all the fake tan.
Yeah.
You've got to check out the sneakers as well. Like they look wild. They're like bright gold.
They seem very American.
Oh yeah.
It sort of seems like it's like people buy them for the memes or like the Cybertruck, like the Tesla Cybertruck. Like if you have a pair of Trumps, they'll be so rare that they're probably like more expensive. Pretty wild. Belle and I had to get a security escort out of Taylor Swift on the weekend because Belle was drunk and disorderly. No, just joking. It was actually for like a nice reason. So we were very, very lucky. We know how lucky we are to be able to go. We had Ben, Liam and Belle's corporate box, and you might know like we were giving away tickets to lots of listeners on the show. And it was so nice. There was like lots of people who listen, and mums and daughters, and people who'd won over the last few weeks. And although we were loving the show, 43 songs, it's a huge set list. And around about like folklore, I think before 1989, I was sort of like feeling guilty anyway for being there because I know, like we were there for our job, but also I know there'd be people who would literally like sell their right arm to just be in there. And we knew there was a lot of people waiting at the front. So we thought it would be cool if we could, we've seen enough. We've been there for like almost 2 hours. perhaps we could give our tickets to someone else and they could see the second half of the show.
Yeah, it was about halfway. Like you said, it was folklore. It was about halfway through the show. So it was a good hour and a half, a bit more to go.
And wanted to give a shout out to a legend called Jordan, who actually he listens to Nova 100, and he was one of the MCG guards in the green. I think there was lots of security wearing yellow, and I believe that's probably higher security for events. So they've probably been told strictly there's no pass outs, people can't trade, because if there's dodgy things going on or whatever, and they're obviously they're going to keep everyone safe. So we were sort of asking, look, could we scan it so then we can because they ask you are you done for the night?
Back?
Yeah, and we're if we scan it, could we give it to someone else? And they're like, no. And then this one dude, this Jordan was like, hey, look, he's like, what's going to happen is you're going to go out there and you're going to get swamped because there's so many people and they're all going to be coming at you. But he's like you're not supposed to do this, but if you find 2 people that want your ticket, you just take them around the side here to this other gate and I'll look after them. I'm like, oh man, what a legend! That is so
it's
nice.
Just common sense. If we're leaving, and we want to give our tickets to somebody else, why not?
Yeah, and
there are thousands of fans out there just screaming, and they were. It was packed outside the MCG.
As soon as we walked out, it was like that. Have you seen World War Z, the Brad Pitt zombie movie? They're all trying to run over the wall at the same time. It was honestly like that. We just got I think there was these 2 little girls that we saw, and we just made a beeline straight to them because we're you just got to pick someone and stick with it, otherwise. And people were
it was an ambush.
They were giving up. They were I'm from Germany, please. I'm from Germany. People were all, and then the security had to get around us and these 2 little girls and sort of move us out of the pack. And then more and more people started coming over.
Yeah. So security came. They got around Liam and I, and they were kind of yelling at us "Are you going to give your tickets or not?"
They're you're not allowed to. And the other guy was no, they can give their pass to them, and they know them. And
I said yes, we want to give ours. We've got 2 tickets, and we want to give them to 2 people. And he said, right. You need to choose 2 people right now and grab them. So, like you said, Liam, I turned around and I could see those 2 girls that were the first to come forward.
Yeah.
They were bawling their eyes out already. They were so desperate. They had handmade T-shirts and stuff written all over their arms, and they were just diehard fans. And I said, yep, these 2. And then they grabbed them, brought us all through that gate. And these 2 lovely girls, Neve and Mia.
That's right.
They were... just like I said, just bawling their eyes out, and we pulled them through, and she gave me one of her friendship bracelets, and it was just the most...
And $400.
It was actually 6.
It was the most wholesome moment because we were able to scan them in and hand them over to security, and they said, yep, cool, we'll look after them.
Especially because this other security guards was arguing with this dude, and he's it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, why not? And it's such common sense. And then everyone, all the Swifties started clapping, they're yay!
It was huge applause. We walked back out and they were applauding, and they were so happy for these 2 girls that got in. It was so beautiful.
Yeah. I'm a bit flat I didn't get a friendship bracelet.
Sorry about that.
Would have thought.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.